spied his party at a table. The man rose slowly. "Mr. Parker, I was hoping you would return. Care to join me for breakfast?" He was tall and wore a tailored suit, a contrast to Parker's fringed buckskin. Jim sat opposite Sam Houston. "Yep, sounds good. Slept by the river last night. Didn't build a fire this morning." "You didn't stay at the Taylor Ranch?" "No, I don't like goodbyes. How'd your recruiting go yesterday?" "Oh, better than I'd hoped. I sent 15 men down to Washington on the Brazos, and I have to leave after breakfast. I promised Stephen Austin I would have an army together to stop Santa Anna. Are you going to join me?" Jim remembered their earlier meeting. His friend, Major Richter from Fort Gibson, had introduced them. "Well, what can I do?" "You've led men, Jim. Richter said you were an officer in the militia at St. Louis, battled the Sioux and the Blackfeet." "Well, that's different than fighting an organized army like the Mexicans." Houston gave a worried sigh. "I need officers who will follow orders. The massacre at the Alamo shouldn't have happened. I told Colonel Travis to abandon it. It couldn't be defended. Damn fool wouldn't listen. It cost us some good men, and Davy Crockett, Jim Bowie, Jim Bonham, 182 good men." "So tell me, where's Santa Anna and his army now?" "Well, last word we got was they were waiting for additional troops from Mexico. That gives us a little time. We won't get any help from the United States, even after Austin set up a government. We're on our own, Jim, and with no money. We can't face Santa Anna yet. I have to fight a delaying tactic. Colonel James Fannin has some troops at Goliad. I sent word for him to pull back. He doesn't have the means to stop them." "Oh, he won't do it, Sam. Not unless you go there yourself." Houston's eyes narrowed. "Richter told me yesterday you've spent the last 10 years among the Injuns. How would you know what's going on in Tejas?" Jim couldn't tell him he'd learned in history class that most of the men in Colonel Fannin's company were captured and executed. "Well, only what you've told me. You said you had unreliable officers, generals and colonels who make their own rules, but they have poor discipline, and they lack cooperation." Houston sat back as the girl placed 2 plates of bacon and eggs on the table. "Well, you have grasped the situation. I didn't think it would be this hard. These Texians come from different states, different countries. We have Germans, Irish, Swedes, French, English, even Mexicans. All of them are independent thinkers and don't like to take orders. I'd like you to do something for me, Jim. As I go back to the Brazos, would you stop at Goliad and give Fannin a message for me? Tell him to get the hell out of there." "All right. What then, Sam? You want me to catch up with you?" Houston grinned. "You'll join me then?" "Well, sir, you said Texians are independent. So am I. Yeah, I'll join you for a while." Houston's strained look disappeared with a smile. He held out his hand. "Thanks, Jim. You have your rank of major back. If Fannin questions that, you tell him you speak for me. As for pay, there is none, and you have to bring your own horse and rifle. If we win, your pay will be in land." Wouldn't be the first time, Jim thought. That was how he was paid for being on the expedition. 320 acres, which was the start of his successful ranch. "All right, sir. How do I get to Goliad?" "Well, you ride with me as far as the Brazos River. You'll go on across the Colorado and the Guadalupe rivers. Avoid San Antone. You'll run into the Mexicans there. Go south on the road to Goliad. A couple days' ride once you're across the Guadalupe." Jim rode alongside Sam Houston most of the day without talking. He knew Houston had a lot on his mind, but wasn't surprised to see him reach into his saddlebag for a bottle. Sam took a drink and offered it to Jim. "Oh, too early for me," Parker said. Perhaps this evening. By the fire?" "Not much of a drinking man, are you?" "Well, I find it takes the edge off." Having lived in Houston when he was training with NASA, Jim had been intrigued with the history of Texas. Although Sam had told him a little of his past, he did leave some things out. Sam had run away from home at 15 and lived with the Cherokee in eastern Tennessee. He then served with Andrew Jackson against the Creeks, which made